The market trends suffer the typical turkey coma as the holiday season continues, and we prepare for a visit from Santa Claus. I'm Tony with Clarkson Santoro, and this is our real estate update for December 2nd. In this series, we update you on the latest trends that are occurring in our real estate market here in San Ramon. Using our more than 50 combined years of experience helping clients buy and sell homes, we explain what those trends mean for you as a homeowner or as someone looking for a house that you will love to call home. The current inventory is 25 homes, up from 23 last week. The average asking price of those homes was $2,046,000, which is up from last week's average of $2,008,000. 5 homes asking an average of $1,417,000 went pending this week. That is more pending homes than last week's number of 3, with a higher average asking price from last week's $1,182,000. A total of 5 homes sold this week, with an average sales price of $1,533,000. That average price was down from last week's average price of $1,802,000, and the total number of sold homes was lower than last week's 9. So now that we know how the market performed this past week, we can look at the broader trends that give us insight into the health of the market and help us understand where it might be heading. Before we do that, if you find this information helpful, you should subscribe on YouTube or follow us on Instagram so you won't miss the next update. You can also share this with a friend so they can be informed on their local market as well. I should mention that the Thanksgiving holiday throws a monkey wrench into our data. Many buyers and sellers take the week off, so the numbers aren't completely reliable in understanding the broader market health. With that in mind, this will be our last update for this year, but we will continue updating you all on the health of the San Ramon market in the few weeks after the new year. Now on to the market indicators. Inventory continues to remain low. It dropped by another 17% this week and is now down to just 25 single-family homes. That is about half the number of homes that we see in a balanced market. This number will likely stay low through the first few weeks of January, as homeowners usually wait past the holiday season to put their house onto the market. Last week we scored this indicator at 71, and this week we are increasing it to 80. With the inventory remaining low, we hoped that the turnover rate would be stabilizing to a more healthy number. Instead, it dropped more this week, and we now sit at a turnover rate of 0.56. That means that only about half the homes on the market will go pending each month. Last week, we gave this indicator a score of 40, and this week we are downgrading it to 33, a significant drop as this indicator weakens. The amount paid under asking did not change much this week. The dollar amount paid under asking has stayed in the $40,000 to $50,000 range for the past several weeks. What is interesting is that the percentage dropped 1/3%. This is important to keep in mind when we talk about the next statistic, the average sales price. Last week we gave the over-under asking price indicator a score of 35, and this week we are dropping it down to 34. The 30-day rolling average sales price declined again this week. And what is more, the 7-day average dropped by $122,000. This sounds like a big number, but what I think this points to more than anything is that more smaller or lower price homes have been selling recently. Remember that the dollar amount under asking didn't change this week, but the percentage moved significantly. With so few homes selling at the moment, these averages are also more prone to statistical volatility with the smaller sample size. Last week we gave this indicator a score of 48, and this week we will be lowering it to 40. The health of the Silicon Valley economy, and therefore the health of the financial standing of our market's largest buyer demographic, is a bit of a mixed bag this week. We typically talk about the Invesco Triple Q Fund being our bellwether for how the tech industry is performing. And that did well this month. The fund is up about 14% since the middle of October. That good news is counterbalanced by the news of substantial layoffs occurring in the tech industry. The employment uncertainty in that financial sector has reduced the number of buyers looking to move to the Tri-Valley. Last week we gave this indicator a score of 39, and we are still raising it a little to 40 this week. And saving the best for last, interest rates are actually a nice silver lining with the majority of our indicators trending in a negative direction. The 30-day fixed rates dropped again for the third week in a row and are now below 6.5%. Last week we gave this indicator a score of 25, and this week we are lifting it up to 28. Overall, our market trends suffered more from smaller sample size due to the holiday season than from an actual soft market. The market is certainly slower than it was 1 year ago at this time, but this slow winter market is much more typical for our area and doesn't necessarily reflect how the market will be in the new year. Last week we gave this market a score of 44, and this week we are lowering the number a few notches to 42. For sellers, we recommend hunkering down for the rest of the month and being ready to jump on the market early next year. Spend time loving the people in your life and appreciating what your current house has provided you before you move on to bigger and better next year. For buyers, I would keep my eyes on the market. This is still a great time to get in before the market moves back into a more seller-friendly mode. The hard part for you is, as a home shopper, is that there is just not much inventory out there. But if you do find a house that you would love to call home, don't wait for it. Rates are better than a month ago, and so are prices. And there is no guarantee that that statement will be true next month. I hope this market summary and commentary helped you understand how our market is affecting your options. Let me know in the comments down below, or contact us directly if you have specific questions about how you can navigate this market to sell or buy a home. And if you find this information helpful, remember to share it with a friend and hit the like button and subscribe so you'll always be up to date on the latest real estate news here in San Ramon. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we will see you in the new year with a new update.